school out for the summer, most children want to play outside.
Yeah, but doctors warn the heat we're experiencing now can be too much for children unless you take precautions. WIT 42 News reporter Parrish Alleman is here to tell you how your children can have fun without getting sick.
Yeah, there are not a lot of kids out at this park right now, and I don't blame them. The sun and heat is brutal right now, and that's why doctors I spoke with today say they want to remind parents you just can't be too careful. It can happen in a second that kids can get sick while out in the heat. In fact, just last year, there were 16 children treated at Children's of Alabama Emergency Department for heat illness, like heat stroke and heat exhaustion, and that's why they just want to remind parents you really can't be too careful this summer. It's almost noon, and the only people at Homewood Central Park are sticking close to the shade and the fan.
It's a little too hot for us.
That's what drove these two moms to a different park, one with plenty of shade, plus water to play in.
Just anything wet is always good.
Both women each have 3 children, and they say after experience and even a summer heat scare,
one time when they were little, one of mine passed out. We went blueberry picking, and one of them passed out from heat.
They have their plan to keep kids cool down to a science. The first step we've already covered. Location is key.
Shaded in water.
Next, the time of day makes a huge difference.
We got out here about 9:30 in the morning before lunchtime.
And finally, bring water and make sure the kids take breaks to drink it.
If they've drank all their water already, then I know we need to go soon.
That's the same advice Dr. Stephen Baldwin with the emergency department at Children's of Alabama gave us. Plus, he added if your child is playing sports this summer, they can't just rely on thirst to let them know when to hydrate.
You may even have to force yourself to drink enough in those kind of circumstances. And in extreme cases, people need to be drinking at least 1 to 2 quarts an hour.
Doctor did also want me to explain the difference between a medical emergency and just being overheated. The first up, this is heat exhaustion. This is when a child might be faint, they might have a weak pulse. In this case, you can just try to cool them off, get them inside. But heat stroke, this is the medical emergency. In this case, your child's body temperature will be above 103. They're going to have a very fast, rapid pulse, very hard pulse. In this case, you need to call 911 immediately. We're live in Homewood. Parrish Alleman, WIT 42 News, coverage you can count on.